football dad's army. So Arsenal entertain Man United tonight at the Emirates Stadium. And it's going to be a very, very tough game. I did predict a 3-0 win for Arsenal earlier on in the week. Last week on Thursday on the show. But after witnessing a great performance from Man United against Everton at Old Trafford winning 4-0, I might have seemed to have thought to myself, you know what, even though Arsenal have had a resurgence themselves in recent games, scoring 13 goals in their last three, 3-0 against Forest, 5-1 at Sporting Lisbon in the Champions League, 5-2 against West Ham at the London Stadium. You know, even though we've done that, I still think it's going to be a very difficult game now. I might change my opinion a little bit on the result being a 3-0 victory. It's a tough one to decide. It's always a fantastic encounter of Arsenal, Man United, or Man United, Arsenal, wherever it is. There's always been that rivalry, always back since the days of Arsene Wenger and Alex Ferguson. There's always been that bitter rivalry. And, you know, we've had Raz on the pitch. There's been missed penalties and Martin Keown jumping all over Van Nistelrooy. Point deductions for games like that, the aggressiveness between Roy Keane and Patrick Vieira. We know that's not there anymore because the intensity of the game ain't on that level. But it's still quite competitive, and I've got a feeling that it's going to be a more difficult game than what I first thought because of the resurgence of Man United, you know, and the way they played against Everton on Sunday, you know, sort of made me sit back and think for a little bit. Are we going to be able to continue our run? And it's something that we need to do. We need to continue our run because Liverpool are running away with the title this year. They're playing some very good stuff themselves. Beating Man City 2-0 in their last game as well, which you know, we thought would happen. We thought that Liverpool would beat Man City because the Man City's form was absolutely capitulated. They've gone to pieces. They've lost Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, players like that, and they've lost something. They're missing. I refuse to believe, as I said before, that it could only be these two players because of the squad they've got. But there's something not right at Man City, and you know it's brought the rest of the league back up because of their drop off. Then we've got Chelsea as well in the mix. We've got smaller clubs like Brighton getting involved and getting up into the top half of the table, pushing for top four themselves. And you know, we're looking over our shoulders as well as trying to look in front. We're looking over our shoulders because we're not the only team chasing Liverpool. So it's going to be a tough game, and it is a must-win game. Every game's going to be, especially since Liverpool are playing so well and keep winning games and keep racking up points and keep their lead to 9 points. They are clear at the top. So we've got to try and reel that in somehow. We're hoping that I think Liverpool are away to Newcastle. Let's see if Newcastle... It's always a good game as well, Liverpool-Newcastle. I remember watching 1-4-4 one time, and it was, you know, I think it was 2 seasons running, 4-4, back in the day. And it's always a good game, them two, because they always go for it. They always go for the jugular. And that'll be an exciting game to watch as well as a neutral. But focusing on the Arsenal-Man United game tonight, it's going to be a tough one. I don't think I know I can't change my match prediction from the show we do on a Thursday tomorrow night. I'm gonna have to eat that one, but I'm not so sure it's going to be a 3-0 victory for Arsenal now. I'm looking more towards a 2-1. We know basically what the team's going to be. You know, the match prediction, starting lineup prediction would obviously have David Raya in goal, with Jury Timber, Saliba, Gabriel and Calafiori in defence. Rice, Odegaard in midfield with either Partey if he's fit, or Jorginho if he ain't fit, being their midfield three. And we're going to have Saka, we're going to have Havertz up front, and you know, I fancy it's going to be Martinelli. He didn't come on against West Ham on Saturday night, so I think he was saving him for this game. He normally starts Trossard on Martinelli, Arteta, don't he? And then bring the other one on towards the end of the game. But Trossard played the whole game against West Ham. So I'm thinking along the lines is we're going to start with Martinelli in this game, and hopefully, you know, we can beat Man United comfortably. It's going to be a tough game, though. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Would you go with Martinelli or Trossard? I'd like to know what you fans out there think about that situation. Who do you prefer? Do you prefer Martinelli on the left, or do you prefer Trossard? And you know, we do realise as fans, and as you know, if we're going to have any chance of continuing to compete, we have to keep winning games. We have to keep, because we know Liverpool's form under Arne Slot has been brilliant. It's fantastic, and I just can't see them slipping up in any time soon. And we've still got to play them. We've still got to go to Anfield, but that's also a tough ask for Arsenal to go to Anfield and to try and beat Liverpool. So we've got to hopefully they might get a couple of draws here and there, and if we continue winning, we might be able to close the gap. It's going to be a mean feat. It's going to be a tough task. But is it possible? Yes, it is possible. Can we do it? I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure because of recent seasons. You know, we've not just had... We've done all right. We've done well. But we've not been able to get over the line. The last 2 years finishing runners-up is a bitter pill to swallow. Is it the manager's fault? Quite possibly. I know he's actually progressed us brilliantly over the last 5 years. But we haven't won nothing. You know, we've finished second loser, runners-up twice. It's not, we need trophies, we need silverware, we need some proof that we're back and we're at it. We've definitely got to win a cup this year. We've got Man United in the cup as well, in the FA Cup that is. We've got Man United in the third round, and we go in the third round in the Premier League. So it's our first FA Cup game, we've got Man United. And that's going to be another tough ask for us, unluckily enough, and for Man United as well. Unluckily enough, we drew each other in the FA Cup draw, and that's going to be, you know, I'd like to draw a lower level club, not only for the fact that we could possibly progress to the fourth round, but, you know, for the lower level clubs as well, for away day, for the clubs in the lower leagues to come to a big club in the FA Cup is a great day out for them. And I remember going on days out in FA Cup games, and it used to be like a big thing on a Saturday, the FA Cup, especially the final. And you know, it was an all day thing when it was popular, very popular back in the 80s and 90s, especially from my memories. And you know, I don't think it's as big as what it used to be for some reason. But anyway, apart from that, I'm going to go for a 2-1 there. And you've seen my match prediction. The team that I would pick would be slightly different, because I would set it up. I wouldn't set it up as a 4-3-3, but we know Arteta always, very rarely does he go to a 4-2-3-1 is the formation that I prefer. But, you know, I think he's going to go for the 4-3-3 standard, and he's going to pick the team I just said. That's what I think. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll speak to you on the next one.